What's up, you beautiful collectors and action figure fans? Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the absolutely incredible support by the folks over at Mattel, we're going to be taking a look at the new Jurassic World Dominion OWEN and VELOCIRAPTOR Beta. Now, many of you know that I absolutely love Blue from the new Jurassic World films. And while I've really tried to avoid as many spoilers and things of that nature for Jurassic World Dominion, one thing seems to be clear, that Blue has a baby. And at some point in time, it's named Beta. Which is interesting because, if you remember, Blue was the only one in that VELOCIRAPTOR pack that had a name that was not some type of Greek alphabet. Remember we had Charlie, Delta, and of course Echo? I always thought it was interesting that Blue, which was essentially the second one in charge because the alpha of the pack was Owen, Blue was basically the beta of that group. And now, Blue apparently has a kid that is named Beta. I absolutely love it. For the package though, you can see you got this really nice open display, which showcases both Beta, Owen, and a little fox. You got this new feature with a kind of scanning chip that's built into the figure, which I'll take a look at a little bit closer. It is my first time really experiencing that feature, as I haven't bought a lot of new Jurassic figures in a while. But obviously with the new movie, there's going to be a lot of real interesting ones. But then you got a gorgeous background here with the T-Rex and the jungle with a little fire thing going on there. Of course, you got the gorgeous Jurassic World logo right in the very front here. Come around to the back of the package, and you can see VELOCIRAPTOR Beta, Owen with some of his accessories, and then of course the little fox. And then also you have Claire with the Dilophosaurus, and then of course that little scanning chip thing. But for the packaging on these guys, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get them out here and see how cool they actually are. Alright guys, so here we have Beta and Owen open up and out of their packaging. And you know, I'm gonna be totally honest, like I said, I have not really followed a lot of this movie. It is one of those ones where I don't want to know a lot about it. I want to go into it as surprised as possible. And in seeing the trailer and stuff, there appears to be a baby VELOCIRAPTOR that Blue is taking care of. And I thought that's what this is meant to kind of represent. But now I'm also wondering if this is like a flashback sort of thing, because setting Beta and the fox off to the side, this figure for Owen is essentially a repaint of one that we got a while ago that came with, it was like a training one that came with this little tiny baby Blue. We saw this in Fallen Kingdom, and Owen was connecting with Blue. And I want to say that I remember Owen referring to the VELOCIRAPTOR as Blue, not Beta. Because like I said, Owen became the alpha in the group, and the Beta, or the second in charge, would have been Blue. So I don't know if there's a connection here. But the figures here are identical. I do like the new one a lot more, just because the coloring is dark. You can see the hair has a darker coloring, the shirt, the pants, everything has a darker element to it. The only thing that I see that's different, and I don't know why they decided to do this, is the arm here has a watch, whereas this one isn't. I mean, the fingers appear to be a little bit more of a trigger finger kind of position than this one, so maybe that's really all they wanted to do. And then you can come around to the back here, and you can see this section here. I'm trying to see if that actually, I mean, because there's a hole on this. So that doesn't seem to remove, but you can take the dagger, and you can slide that in there, which is nice. But you can see that that hole was there. So it all kind of makes sense and everything. And obviously, you get a little dagger, and then also comes with a rifle. Those are the accessories for Owen. But Beta here literally just looks like a smaller version of Blue, bringing in, and I don't remember which one this one is. It's the one that I like the most in terms of articulation. You got the little arm feature here, but this is Blue, and this literally looks like Blue. And then, just for a timeline comparison, I mean, it's there. So I'm wondering if Beta is, like I said, a flashback version of Blue. So I don't know. Time will tell. And like I said, I don't really want to know, honestly, because I want to be fairly surprised when I see the movie. Beta, though, Blue or not, is a gorgeous figure. I love what they did with it. You have a little bit more of a upright neck sort of position, which looks really cool. Does kind of suck because, you're going to have it looking down or looking straight up, which is definitely a little bit more of something like this, where it's a more inquisitive look, whereas this one, you can see kind of slopes up a little bit more. I mean, you can do that, but when you do that, the head's pointed down. So this is definitely a little bit more animalistic, like I'm about to go and hunt or something, than this one is. This one is just kind of hanging out there. But I love it. I think it's really cool looking. Great detail all the way around. The gray coloring looks really good. You got an underbelly, which has a lighter coloring, but then you can see the very classic blue stripe down the side. Both sides have it. Gorgeous yellow eyes. Now you can, as I talked about, this little thing. I'm going to leave this up on the screen. If you guys want to scan it, hopefully you can. I'll leave that right there for you. But I'm also going to put it like right here where you guys can see what the scanning actually does and how you can get an animation of Beta kind of running around and stuff. That's really cool. Doesn't really give you kind of any background on it. Just kind of shows you roughly how much it weighs by putting it in terms of cats and then what's it eating and things like that. I do like that, but as you can see, when you collapse that down, it does have this thing here. I kind of wish that they just left it on the bottom where you could scan the foot for it. I mean, that's a nice little additional feature, but it does, maybe just because it's on a much smaller figure, it stands out a little bit more. But there's no other real action features on it. It is decently posable. You can open up the mouth very nicely. Gorgeous detail on the inside, although everything does kind of look kind of squished in, like with the bottom row of teeth and everything. And such. I mean, it is what it is. You got the hinge. You have a swivel, although again, it kind of makes it look like... I wish there was another joint in there, because rotating it kind of leaves it on the side, but I guess that kind of gives a kind of curious look. Like if you're gonna have, like, am I supposed to eat that? What am I supposed to do? It's like I said, in this version, it was like Owen was training with Blue. In this one, it feels like he's again trying to train it, maybe to hunt, because he doesn't understand or something like that. So that's kind of neat. You do have swivels and hinges here for the arms, but they are really compressed into the body, so just kind of like hanging out there. You can play with those a little bit. The legs here at the hips do rotate, just kind of move that forward and back, but again, you're not going to get a lot of posability with it because of the knees, or lack of articulation in the knees. So you just kind of well, do the best that you possibly can, and like, I'm gonna eat you. But there's no paint here on these nails. You do have some paint on the toenails, which is kind of nice. And then, of course, the sickle claw. And then you can rotate the tail. I don't know why you would want to, because, again, that, like, breaks up literally the whole little stripe thing. So there's that. I mean, I really do like, although, hold on. No, wait a minute. Yeah, this is absolutely Blue as a baby. Absolutely is, because look at the way that the pattern is here. Maybe I'm spoiling the movie myself, but you can see how the blue stripe goes up around the eyes. When you flip it to the other side, though, you can see that the stripe comes up and stops right before the eye starts, just like on Blue. I never noticed that, honestly, before. So, definitely interesting. I'm hoping I'm not spoiling anything like that, but we'll see. I mean, either way, I love getting another little Blue figure. I think it's super cool. And then maybe we're going to get a little bit more kind of development in terms of how Owen connected with Blue and helped to create this really very special animal, honestly, character as well. And then finally you do have the fox, which a pretty good paint detail on this. It's a static piece, there's no articulation, and you just know that this poor little fox is going to become like that goat in the first Jurassic Park movie. So overall, really happy with the set. As I said, I do feel like I'm kind of spoiling a little bit for myself, just because I think that it's meant to be blue, and it was the beta of the Raptor pack. So there you go, guys. There's my look at the new Velociraptor Beta and Owen set. Retailing at about $15. It should be hitting various retail locations right now. So if you are looking for it, good luck and happy hunting. Once again, I want to send a huge shout out to the folks at Mattel for making this review possible. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And as always, please remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you all for watching and taking the time to be a kid.